that, like, you know, some people can be social drinkers and other people, you know, gotta jump in the bottle, you see. So it's hard to say. Did I use acid in between? No. I was in between using heroin. I was afraid of acid for a long time because, you know, I had heard that, you know, you really dig yourself on acid. You'll take a peek at yourself, and I didn't want to see me. You know, I have since tried acid, and it was very pleasant. But you know, if I were going to use anything, I'm afraid I'd still go for that. Lord have mercy. Yes.
I was in San Diego this weekend, and there was some weed down there. And some girl was telling me about, she'd smoked weed before and she started hallucinating.
Yeah.
Like really bad, like
that.
just starting there, but like she's having rushes and everything. I was just wondering if you could think of what would be.
The only thing I can do is relate it to like what I know what people do when they make speed or acid. They'll mix strange mixtures into it just so people will get a rush. You know, think, oh, this is great.
You know, like these girls.
Pardon me? Yeah, or have you ever heard of putting strychnine in speed because it gives you a rush? Strychnine's a poison. It's enough to scare me. What else? How about uppers? Are people still cranking it away? And, you know, it's not like it used to be. I know everybody for a while went to a big speed thing. You know, that was the most prevalent. And downers, I don't know how anybody could even dig a downer. It's such, yeah, isn't it an ugly, just like ugly pill? People get mean and stupid and sloppy. Why are people so dumb? I sure wish I knew. Because it's taken me years and I still don't know. Why?
We could no more tell our parents that, like, hey, you know, I've been flipping out or whatever, and I need some help. I mean, I could no more tell my mother would be out cold on the floor if I said something like that.
Have you ever really tried to? I mean, I believe
I
you.
have. My mother the full thing. And
that's tough. That is. But you know what? If you really like want to save yourself and you really feel uptight, like there are places. Call where we are. Man. Call and talk to us. As a matter of fact, we're trying right now to try and get like a counseling thing going. Like if somebody really does feel uptight, you call us and just rap on the phone or come down, and me or, you know, one of the fellas or the girls, just talk. Because I know it's important. You gotta have somebody.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, it's been a pleasure. Because like I say, you're all beautiful. Stay that way. Well, thank you very much, baby. I have to go home.
Often, private organizations go to the schools offering packaged programs in the hope of deterring drug abuse. Students are encouraged to create local drug clubs with the help of a national representative.
Sit down and maintain.
You're going to have to talk louder.
The reason I am here, I am National Teen Director for the only effective narcotic education and prevention organization in the United States for and by young people. These young people are doing something. This is the now generation, and they're proving it. As we say, those that leave have the disease called apathy. Let them go. The organization was started primarily as a challenge, and the challenge was nothing could be done about the drug problem. We only offer, as a national organization, suggestions. You run the chapter or club. You would have to have a teacher advisor, but they work in an advisory capacity only, not a dictatorship. What you would do at the meetings would be primarily up to you. We have suggested methods, like I said. But the only people that have anything to do with having these suggested methods work would be you. And this is why I'm down here, to give you an idea that there is a program like this. It is available to you if you want to do it. Or like I said before, you can use the excuse called apathy. Apathy is a disease that it can't happen to me, it can't affect me, it's somebody else's problem. Why worry about it? Because I love myself so much I haven't got time. That's uncool. You may not realize it, but we've just played a ball game. I've just passed the ball to every one of you. You can sit there and suck your thumb and drool all over yourself and be a bunch of little snithering idiots. Or you can catch it and tuck it under your arm and do something. Get involved. Quit passing the buck. Help your other friends.
Believed by most of the students that were there.
About half the people just walked out and just left.
How come?
It was just disinteresting to them. It just started getting boring.
Despite their efforts, most independent drug programs lack genuine student interest. Others have found that a successful approach depends on the initiative of the students themselves. In a 3-day seminar at a rehabilitation center, high school students met with ex-addicts to discuss drug abuse, current programs, and possible alternatives.
You see it everywhere, you know. You see posters about drugs, psychedelic shops are in every neighborhood, and they're advocating the use of drugs. Now, how do you see it? Now, I've told you that it does create a problem. Now, what problem do you see through the use of drugs? Can you have that much foresight?
Well, we've already got the problem. We're stuck with it. We've got to find some solution at this point. Some program that we can set up at our schools.
Does everyone agree with that?
Yeah, because like you have your own program here, and it's fine, you know. It's like you're really, I mean, you were addicted to, you know, like heroin and everything. But people at school, like they're on pills and they're just starting. And yeah, I mean, you have to catch this thing before they get there.
And you have to make sure that any presentation that's made is always factual, because you know, you just start telling people, if you say like, you know, well, marijuana definitely leads to heroin, then you've turned off 90% of the people right there, and they don't give a crap what else you're going to say.
I've seen it, you know, on TV. I've read it so many times, you know, speed kills and all of that. The pictures of the men, you know, with their arms all, you know, needle marks. But I'm still interested in it.
When you see these pamphlets put out by the police department, your child at this very moment may be on the brink of a whirlpool of death, you know, insanity. And parents read this type of shit, and that's all that it is. Because but it's just, you can't tell me that from smoking marijuana, you know, that it's a whirlpool of death that you're going to be second. It's put in such a melodramatic.
Yeah, you know, I wanted to get, you know, rap about it and see what I could do myself.
You came here because you thought you had a problem, didn't you?
Yeah. I didn't know what the problem was exactly, but I've realized what it is now.
What is it?
Well, it was like drugs were a big ego trip for me, because I'd always been hanging around with people that were older than me. Like they were doing it in order to prove to them I was just as good as they were, if not better. I had to use just as much drugs as they did, if not more. And so I did it. I've been doing it for quite a while.
But what are you trying to do, for one thing?
I'm trying to get my friends to put down on drugs too, because I know.
For yourself, you know.
For myself. Well, that's what I'm doing, is for myself, because if my friends quit, it makes it just that much easier for me to quit.
When it became known around the school that we were even considering setting up a room like this, that we were recognizing the severity of the drug problem with some of our young people, I found a lot of the drug users, the heads, saying hello. The atmosphere of the school seemed to experience a change just because we were trying to do something, even though even now what we're doing is a rather minimal thing and still an experimental thing. But I believe it did have a positive effect upon the total feeling in the school.